recording. And I am so excited to share with you guys the new and improved marketing calendar. So I had you guys fill out a Google form a while back where I asked some questions, giving me feedback over what we did last year and what you think we need to continue doing this year, what needs to change, what needs to be taken away or added, yada, yada, yada. And I really looked at the feedback. I looked at all the percentages and graphs and data, and I'm really trying hard to make sure that I'm serving you in the best way that I can. So with that said, I received a lot of feedback, and Skylar, I need to shout her out because she gave me loads of good feedback in regards specifically to the marketing calendar. And so I sent her some screenshots of what I was doing while I was doing it. And she really helped me in February's marketing calendar. So I just want to say thank you to her and shout her out for giving me the feedback, because I can't do what you need me to do or want me to do if you don't express it to me. Like, I'm not a mind reader. So I appreciate the fact that people are willing to come to me. I don't think I'm that scary not to be able to come to me and say something. But again, I just want to serve you. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that I can show you this month's calendar. So I really focused, and by the way, the first thing some of you are going to notice is the team call time. So in the Google form, I received feedback that most people want our team call at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to say this, 9 p.m. works better for me. It's not convenient for me because, it is convenient for me in one way, because my kids are definitely asleep by 9 p.m. So as a single mom, I know I can be on here without worrying about them. Yes, it means I'm up late, and it does make Monday morning hard. However, I am willing to try 8:30 p.m. team calls for the month of February. And if attendance goes up, then we'll keep it that way. If attendance does not go up, or it's not a significant thing, then we're going back to 9 p.m. Because this is my thing. This is your business, you guys. If you can't show up for 30 minutes, it does not matter if the call's at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, because chances are you're still not going to show up. Right now, you're using time as an excuse. And I am saying this with love. And I am saying this because I believe in you, and I know what you are capable of doing, and I know what you need to do in order to get where you are. A lot of you said in your conviction goal that you want to rank advance. You want to be able to take your family on a cruise. You want to be able to pay for childcare strictly out of your Beachbody income and not worry about going into savings ever, all this stuff, right? Incredible goals, but they're not just going to come to fruition because you said that you want them. They're not just going to happen because you wrote them in the team page and there's something that burns in your belly. You have to start showing up. You have to start doing what needs to be done in order for those goals to be accomplished. So like I said, I'm going to listen to the feedback. I am, again, willing to be flexible. I am doing something that is not more convenient for me, but I'm willing to try it because it's what you're telling me you need. But again, if I don't see a change in the month of February, then we're going back to what works for most people. Or not most people, I guess, but the people that are showing up. Because I don't think it's fair to cater to people that aren't going to show up either way. Again, I love you. I mean it. This is not to upset anyone, but I feel like it needs to be said. So we're just going to get that out of the way. So you're going to notice that in this marketing calendar, I did not go through and just give you inspiration for a social media post. Because what I'm noticing is when we do that, or when I give you that, that's great. You need to be creative on social media. We all need fresh ideas, right? However, showing up on social media is not the meat of the job. Yes, that's one of the vital behaviors, showing up, being consistent. But if you're not inviting people to your challenge group and to the business opportunity, you don't have a business. So I tried to center the focus of my calendar this month on helping you invite. So if you notice, we have a coaching webinar on February 17th. It's the first one of 2020. The last time we ran one, no one showed up. You know what that means? No one invited. So we need to make sure that we are inviting to this. Guys, you can't build a business. You can't build your income, increase your volume. You can't hit Success Club if you are not inviting. If you are just showing up on social media, that is not going to make those goals happen. Those dreams that are in that fire belly, they're not going to happen just by you posting a sweaty selfie on social media or opening up and sharing your heart, making yourself vulnerable and connecting with people. You have to go one more step. So on the first, it says send 5 invites to the business. Share why you love it and how it benefits you and why you think it's perfect for the person you're speaking to. So personalize the invite. Don't just send, hey girl, I'm having a webinar on the 17th. You want to join me? You need to personalize it. Make sure that they understand why you connect them to this business and this opportunity. There's got to be a reason why you think of them. We're not just going to invite anybody and everybody because that's not how we run our business. So then on the second, you're going to follow up with everyone that you invited to the business, everyone who liked your posts, and whoever engaged in your polls in your stories or answered your questions in your stories. Or maybe everyone that joined your free group. Skylar and I are running a free group that starts tomorrow. So on the 2nd of February, I'm going to make sure to go back and follow up with all those people and see if they want to join me for the month of February. On February 3rd, you're going to send 5 more invites to the business. Again, you're going to personalize those invites. You're not going to go back to the 5 people you invited on the 1st. You've already followed up with them on the 2nd. On the 3rd, it's 5 new people. Don't tell me you don't have 10 people you can invite. You do. There are millions of people on Facebook. Number 4, on the 4th, follow up with everyone you invited. On the 5th, send 5 invites to the business. On the 6th, follow up with everyone that you invited. Do you see a pattern here? The only way to build your business is to invite and follow up, invite and follow up, invite and follow up. Now, one day you may follow up with all the people you invited to the business opportunity. The next time you follow up, maybe you're going to focus on everybody that engaged with your stories that day. On the next time you follow up, maybe you're going to follow up with people who have been consistently liking or commenting on your posts. That's great. But the focus for the first 3 weeks of February is going to be inviting to the business opportunity because you're going to be inviting to the coaching webinar. Remember, you can hit Success Club by building your business. You can hit Success Club by adding coaches to the team. You don't just hit Success Club by adding people to your challenge group. You can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You can rank advance and hit Success Club at the same time. That should be your goal. That should be what you lead with all the time. On the 7th, I want you to explore your why. I think a lot of us have gotten away from this. We've forgotten why we started doing this in the first place. And that's why we're not showing up on team calls. It's why we're not being consistent in our personal journey. It's why we aren't clicking on the poll in the team page saying I did my power hour today. So I think it'd be a really good idea to go back and, think about, why did you start doing this? When was the last time you actually thought about why you're here? Share it publicly. What's your dream? What's that conviction goal that you shared? Put yourself out there and tell people why this is how you're going to make it happen. How is Beachbody, how is this business going to help you make that happen? Number 8, start with the objection. So what I want you to do is share on social media. So on weekends, I did give you social media inspiration because I know a lot of us don't work especially on Saturdays. Start with the objection. So I want you to share on social media one common objection that we hear. I gave you some examples: the cost, the time commitment, the physical ability. I hear that a lot lately. Like, I'm just not able to do those workouts that you do. Well, that's not the only workout that's available. So let's talk about that. And then I want you to either I'm sorry, I'm reading my words and I'm getting a little mixed up here. So you get common objections, not just to join your challenge group, but you also get common objections to joining the business. Talk about either of them. And then you need to squash the objection with proof that it works. So one thing that people have been telling me is that they're too old to do the workouts. Well, then I'm going to take a before and after of someone in my challenge group who's older, who's had amazing results. Heather Peisel's mom, Debbie, has had incredible results, and she's a grandmother. I mean, she's a rock star. So that's someone I can use for that objection. Talking about cost, I had someone object cost to me the other day, and I had them all set up with the discount. They were going to get Shakeology for like $97. And then she was like, oh, I can't do that. After we had talked about it for days, I'd already sent her the invoice and everything. And I was like, girl, you do realize this is like $3 a day, right? Like $3 a day is not that bad. And she was like, let me think about it again. So I need to follow up with her. On the 9th, start with the objection again. Share on social media what your initial objection was about coaching and why you don't regret going for it anyway. Because again, we're doing most of our inviting these couple weeks for the business. So I want you to focus on an objection specifically to the business and talk about what you were afraid of and why you're so glad that you just jumped over that hurdle or stepped outside that comfort zone and did it anyway, because it's benefited you in so many ways. On the 10th, send 5 invites to the business. On the 11th, follow up. On the 12th, send 5 invites. On the 13th, follow up. On the 14th, send 5 invites. On the 15th, follow up. No, I'm sorry. On the 15th, start with an objection. Share on social media again what your another initial objection. So I know one of my objections at first was time. I had a premature baby at home, and I thought there was no way I had enough time to devote to this business. So I could talk about that and how now I'm a single mom of 2 and I still have plenty of time to work this business because it doesn't take a lot of time as long as I just focus in the time that I commit to it. On the 16th, you're going to send 5 more invites. So the 14th and the 16th, you've sent 5 invites to the business. On the 17th, the day of our webinar, you're going to follow up with every single person you invited to the business. If you invited every single day that you were supposed to invite, you should have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 people invited to the coaching webinar. Every single person who does this, I guarantee will have 3 to 5 people at least in that webinar. So that night, be ready. I'm going to be reaching out to some of you and asking you to volunteer to speak on the webinar, and I'm going to be creating a graphic for us to start sharing so that we actually have like a schedule for that night. I want it to be real clear and business-like, so that we can make sure that people know that we're professionals here. This is a business and not just some fluffy thing you do in your spare time that is fun. You know, this is actually, you have to work for this. If you look over to the left, if you're struggling with inviting or following up, I did give you 2 scripts. I also want to point out, if you click on the header in our team page, we have a plethora of scripts. I actually went into that document and just pulled from there. We have so many tools and resources that we forget about because we're just always adding more. So it's like some things get buried down, but oldies are goodies, guys. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel when we already have these amazing resources right there in our team page. So there's 2 scripts right there. If they're not your cup of tea, if they're not your lingo, I would suggest not copying and pasting them. I would suggest using them as inspiration to write your own, writing them in the notes section of your phone, and then being able to copy and paste them into your messages when you're talking to people on the days that you are inviting. And by the way, if you're doing this every day, then you should definitely be checking the poll in the team page saying you did your vitals that day, because this is it, y'all. This is the meat of our business right here. It doesn't take long. Sending 5 invitations a day does not take long. If time is your excuse, then just check your priority. If your conviction goal is really a conviction goal, then you probably have plenty of time to send those 5 invites. On the 18th, share what we did last night on social media. So the night before is going to be the coaching webinar. Take a picture of it, or just go live on your personal page and share what you did, what we did, why it's so special. Let people know that even if they weren't there last night, you'd still love to talk to them about what you're doing. There's no right or wrong time to join. Let's go. Let's go. On the 19th, share an example of the accountability in your challenge groups and talk about how it impacts your journey. So I've hit Success Club 6 this month already, And it has primarily been because I have talked about the accountability. So many people have come to me and said, I really used to love CrossFit. The community was amazing. But lately, I actually just canceled my membership because it's just not what it used to be. It's not what I need. So I need something else. And I was like, I got what you need. And I've been talking about that. So be sharing about that. A lot of people right now are saying, no, I just need to go to the gym because I need a place to show up. And I'm like, you can show up in your own house. Let me tell you how. So I've been talking to people about that. On the 20th, start with an objection again. Share on social media what your initial objection was about Beachbody in general. Maybe it was about the business. It doesn't have to be. I know for me, I was not a shake person. I was like, no, my mom did Slim Fast back in the 90s and I'm not that girl. But, I decided for whatever reason to do it anyway, knowing that I could get my money back. And here I am today to tell the tale, still drinking that shake every day. On the 21st and 22nd, I want you to host a giveaway. A lot of you have never tried to do something like this on your social media, and this is such a phenomenal way of expanding your network. It does not have to be Beachbody related, but it can be. I'm certain that most of us have something sealed in our pantry that we haven't opened yet, or haven't, we've got too much energized, so we've got a container in there, that hasn't been opened, or that, got auto shipped and we forgot it was going to be auto shipped, or maybe you still have samples of peppermint mocha. Maybe you got an extra cool journal at Christmas for someone and then you never ended up giving it to them. It does not, again, have to be Beachbody related. In fact, I would almost encourage you to do something different. I have an extra Start Today journal, and I think I'm going to give that away. But I want you to figure out, decide if you're going to host it either on Instagram or Facebook. I would pick based on whatever platform you're using the most and whatever platform you're trying to build the most. And then encourage your followers to like your picture, tag a friend in your picture, and follow your account in order to be entered to win the prize. Give away whatever you want. It can be whatever money value. It can be a Starbucks gift card, you guys. It can be an Amazon gift card. Then you don't even have to ship anything. You can just send it to their email. So easy. But I really do believe if you host a giveaway over the course of 2 days that you'll see some more people following your account. And I think that's a great way to get people engaged. I also think it's a great way to show people what you really love. Like if you really are a Target dollar spot mom or decorator or whatever, then go to Target dollar spot and put together like a $7 basket from Target dollar spot and give that away. I mean, that doesn't cost you a lot of money, but it could potentially show people like, oh, I'm a Target dollar spot mom too. We have this in common. And then, next month they see you in your stories doing your workout and they start to talk to you about it. On the 23rd, share what people in your challenge group are saying about their personal results. So something we've tried to do here and there sporadically is ask people, how much weight have you lost since day one? Or what's working for you? What's your favorite recipe? Things like that. And then we can share those things on our social media. I loved that Skylar came in the team page the other day and asked us what our income was going to pay for that week. Because wow, you guys, some of us, some people got new shoes. Some people paid off their credit card. Some people paid their light bill. Some people were able to pay for all their groceries. It was just incredible to see what one weekly paycheck can do for a family. And to be able to take those comments and share them with the world is just awesome to be able to say, this is what my team is doing with this money. These are real people doing real things with this income. This is real income. Number 20, sorry, I keep saying number. February 24th, start with the objection again. On the 25th, I want you to do a transformation post. So I want you to share how you feel from the inside out today versus how you felt before you started the journey. You don't have to show a physical change. You can, you don't have to, but I really want you to talk about how you feel, because I think so many people think that we obsess with the number on the scale or the number on the tag in our jeans. And that's not us. I know that, yes, we all have goals. Like right now, my goal was to lose 20 pounds and I've lost 5 of it so far. I've got 15 more to go. Right now I am a numbers girl, but that's because I have allowed myself to get to a point where I know I'm not really healthy right now. So I'm focusing on getting back there. But the reason why that number has become important to me is because of how tight my pants have felt lately. It's because of how tired I felt lately. It's because of the fact that waking up in the morning to push play has been like an act of labor, not an act of love lately. And so that I didn't always feel that way, you know. Not long ago, I was excited to roll out of bed and push play. So it's about how we feel. So I want you to communicate that to your followers. On the 26th, you're going to send 10 invites, 10. And these are to current challenge group, to your current challenge group, sharing why you love it and how it benefits you and why you think it's perfect for the person you're talking to. So whatever challenge group you're working on for March, on the 26th of February, you are going to invite 10 people to it, and you're going to say, hey, Ashley, I want you to join me in March because I've seen that you have been trying so hard on your own and you've done so freaking awesome, but this community is just going to light that fire in you that I think you're missing, blah, 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 blah. Or, hey, Jess, I saw that you joined Planet Fitness. How's that going? Have you ever thought about being able to just do it at home? I know it's probably hard to get it in when you've got school and the kids and then church, you know, a couple nights a week kind of thing. Be personable. Let them know that you're not just inviting for a sale. You're inviting to save a life. And it's their life that you care about. And in order to show them that you care about their life, you got to show them that you know a little bit about it. Okay? Personalize your message. On the 27th, display the goods. So we have so much good stuff to give. People think we're just Shakeology sometimes, and that's crazy. We are so much more than that. Share the awesome options we have thanks to Beachbody On Demand and why you love variety as opposed to a gym membership. So I had a girl in my mom's group that I am the admin for, and there's like 500 people in it. So it's okay for me to do this if I want to. So check your, make sure it's okay to do this before you do it. But she made a comment about a good local yoga studio. And I commented saying, I love the yoga studio in my virtual gym. And she was like, what? Tell me more. So I brought that message private real quick and started talking about yoga and bar and all the other options and the accountability group with all these other fierce females in it that I'm leading and blah, blah, blah. And so we've got that conversation going. Excuse me. Still overcoming this sickness that I have had. On the 28th, send 10 more invites to your challenge group. Share why you love it and how it benefits you and why you think it's perfect for them. And then on the 29th, share an example of the accountability in your challenge group and talk about how it impacts your personal journey. So a lot of times, I just had this conversation with this girl, sent her the invoice, was so excited to get her ready to start working a business, and now she's ghosting me. It happens to me too, you guys. The reason she's ghosting me is because she is afraid she won't show up. And so she is like, I really want this. I've wanted this for a long time. I've been following you for a long time, but I'm afraid I'm just going to give up and I'm going to be embarrassed. And I'm a firefighter and blah, 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 blah. So I've been messaging her here and there saying, look, I get it. You're afraid. I was too. I was so afraid that I was going to embarrass myself when I decided to become a coach. I was afraid that I was going to put myself out there, and then in 6 months or so, I was going to give up and everyone was going to know that I started and gave up. But here I am 6 years later, and I haven't given up. And that's pretty incredible for me because I'm a chronic giver-upper, So talk about that. Share how this coaching not only helps you build a business, but it also keeps you accountable. I feel like I gotta go in my gym every day. This week being sick, it killed me not to work out, but I knew it was a horrible choice because of my lungs. But it killed me not to work out because I was like, what am I going to share in my stories? I'm not showing up. What are people going to think that this coach isn't doing what she's supposed to be doing? So I tried to do some yoga. I tried, to do upper body. I wouldn't have done that if I was 6 years ago. I would have been like, heck no, I'm laying on the couch and Netflixing and chilling. because I'm not about that life. But now I don't have a choice because I got all these people watching me expecting me to show up. So I got to. Check the announcements in the team page for our weekly power hours. We have lots of leaders stepping up, hosting weekly power hours, which is amazing. Jen was on tonight right before our call. And I actually was on a call with Christy and Skylar on my phone on Zoom doing planning our challenge group. But I had pulled up the Zoom link for Jen as well on my laptop so that she could see that I was working, so that I was still like committed to the power hour. Even though I couldn't talk to her during that time, I just sent her a message saying I'm not gonna be able to talk because I'm on this other call. But I was working, so I wanted to show up on the power hour and show here I am doing my thing, because that all that stuff is part of our business. But I also want to point out, like when you show up to those power hours, and it doesn't have to be a power hour, when you just show up for your business, when you make sure that you follow your business activity tracker and you do your vital behaviors every day, click the poll in the team page, guys. It is just like our fitness. I know that most of you love being able to check into our accountability groups for challenge groups and say, I worked out today. Boom, there's my sweaty selfie. Like, that's a good feeling. When I can't click that poll, I'm like, damn it, didn't do it today. Why? And I get mad at myself. Well, it needs to be the same way with our business. I need to be excited to go in the team page and say, I did the darn thing today because I've got this conviction goal that is so important to me and has this fire in my belly that is brewing, and I'm going to make it happen by showing up every day and putting my damn little bubble on that pole, because that's what this is about. So you can be proud of that and be like, boom, made it happen. And if you can't do it today, then you should have that same feeling as when you don't show up for your fitness. You should be like, damn it, I can't hit the poll. Why didn't I do my business activity tracker? What can I do right now in these 10 minutes before I go to bed so that I can go in and click that poll? Because all it takes is like 5 to 10 minutes, really, if I don't have the time to do it all. I can do my 4 vital behaviors in that amount of time. Boom, 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 boom. So again, show up, be consistent. If you haven't listened to last week's call, listen to it. It was good. Then I also came into the team page last week and did a training on some Instagram tools that have really helped me. One of the tools is collections I can't even tell you how that's changed my business, because it's so easy to follow up with people and form people now for me, because I've got them all organized into collections in my Instagram. If you have not watched that video and you struggle with organization or remembering people or letting them slip through the loops, then please watch that video and start implementing that. I promise you it takes no more time. You don't have to carry a notebook around, and you don't have to pay for Teamsy. So be looking at that. And then I also want to give you a heads up. February 2nd is Super Bowl Sunday. I know a lot of you love the Super Bowl, so you can give me some feedback if you don't agree, but I'm going to go ahead and say we will cancel the team call on February 2nd. And what I'll do instead is I'll go live in the team page on that day at some point throughout the day. I'll post what time in the morning that day. And I'll just do a training for you. I've got some things that I really want to share with you. And this way I can still, we can still have our call, but you don't have to step away from the ball game if you don't want to, because I know that's important to some people. So I'm going to stop sharing my page and go through the comments here. Gut punching you left and right. I hope that was good. Is the 8th an objection to any part of joining, but the 9th and 15th are objection to coaching? So yeah, the 8th could be any objection. And I mean, it can still be to coaching if you want it to be. I tried to make like the 8th, 9th, and 15th are all objections. So you don't want to use the same objection for all of them. But because the 17th is the webinar, I think focusing on the business might be a good choice. What's everyone currently doing for PD? I just finished 13 things mentally healthy people don't do and need a new book for February. I'm listening to You Do You by Sarah Knight. I've shared several books by her. In fact, there's one right here I can grab. This one's called How to Get Your Shit Together by Sarah Knight. And then there was another one, like No Fucks to Give or something like that was the title of it. That is amazing. Like that's a book I'll never give away because here it is. The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving a Fuck. And then her other one was Get Your Shit Together. And then this one that I'm listening to right now is You Do You. She's amazing. She like breathes life into me. But I won't give these books away because I probably will reread them because they were so good for me. I'm listening to a lot of podcasts. The Keisha Fitzgerald one that Christy had shared is like gold to me. And I can listen to pretty much a whole podcast while I'm showering and like getting ready in the morning from her. So then, yeah, some other people. It looks like I discovered something about archive on post. Lindsay, will you share that in the team page or maybe even in the comments under the video that I did? That way it's there.
I think I did, but just wanted to make sure. So I went in to try to archive some posts. And if you do it on stories, it's not a problem. But if you do it on your feed, it actually removes the post from your feed.
Oh, okay.
And so it archives it just like you would archive an email. So it's no longer visible, but it's not deleted.
Okay.
Doing that for like older posts might be good, but not current posts.
Good call. Okay. And you shared that, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. Alrighty. Well, I love you guys. If you have any feedback on the calendar and you think there's another thing we can do to improve it even more, then let me know. And again, thank you to Skylar for giving me that feedback. I appreciate you. I hope you all have a great week.